I believe a lot of people have knowledge about what happened in 1987, which was the Operasi Lalang, the very infamous Operasi Lalang. The government used the Internal Security Act (ISA) to arrest more than 106 social activists, including some politicians. 1989, because after the arrest, the family member of the detainees have formed a family support group to call for the release of those detainees. So in 89, once the last Internal Security Act, this batch of people was released from ISA, they feel that it's a how we say that the threat to the all Malaysian, because as far as the law still there, anyone still can arrest without trial under the ISA. So the family support group and also the former detainees, they come together and form a society called SUARAM Malaysia, SUARAM, to advocacy for the abolition of the ISA. 1989 was officially forming of SUARAM. SUARAM was a member-based organization, so we have two batch of volunteer. One group is a member who have the right to select the secretary of SUARAM. Another batch is volunteer based, so we call them is a friend of SUARAM. So time to time they will volunteer their work to SUARAM. So this batch of member, every year SUARAM will have our annual consultation meeting with member, and twice in 2 years we have the election to elect the secretary member of SUARAM. So the secretary member consider the decision making body of SUARAM, and they will make decision and run the organization. Yeah, previously we have a executive director as the head of the organization, but after the former ED leaving SUARAM, now we run it as a flash structure of this organization, and the chairman of SUARAM play a role as a chairman with executive function. So he will basically oversee the function of SUARAM. Yeah, but unfortunately we're not able to register as a society. Yeah, we have the business or non-profit registration. We have tried previously, but we're not able to get it. So we operate at business entity. In I think it's 95, we have one full-time staff to run the campaign in SUARAM. Then until today,
95.
Yeah, about that. So the early few years is a volunteer base.
Okay.
So most of the detainees and some volunteer who involved in SUARAM work, from one single call to abolish the ISA, SUARAM had extended to few other area of human rights in this country. Okay. Example, like in 98 we have published our first human rights report. Okay, this is the only report in this country have evaluate the progressive of human rights in the country. In the report we specifically focus on the civil and political right. So annually we will publish the overview of the entire year human rights situation at the end of the year on International Human Rights Day, and then we take a couple of months to come up with the full report. Okay, there's another one area of SUARAM work. And secondly, SUARAM also involved in the monitoring on police. Yeah, we call for the police reform and actively involved in monitoring on cases related to the abuse of police power. Then SUARAM also extend our involvement into the work of refugee, human rights training, police power training, and also local democracy. So for now, we have 9 staff. Two based in 2 branches, which is one in Penang, one is in Johor Bahru. So the rest of them are in Kuala Lumpur. If you see from our brochure or some the networking, SUARAM have involved in a lot of the or initiate a lot of networking among the NGO. In different areas. SUARAM currently play as a secretary for the Gerakan Mahasiswa ISA, the Abolish ISA Coalition. We have 82 member organization, and also SUARAM have initiated or involved in a lot of other coalition, like the coalition of the PERSE, coalition for good governance, and previously we have the coalition to free and fair for the judiciary, and also SUARAM also act as the secretary for the migrant working group. So there's a national level. So at the regional level, SUARAM also active in some work in relate to the ASEAN. So SUARAM was a executive committee for Forum Asia, the Asia Forum based in a regional human organization based in Bangkok, and also SUARAM also very active in the SAPA task force, who specific on the ASEAN and human rights. SAPA task force. SAPA task force on ASEAN and human rights.
SAPA.
Yeah, SAPA. Yeah. Okay. There's networking in for Asia Pacific NGO. This task force mainly focus on the work related to ASEAN. Because ASEAN now we have the ASEAN human rights body. So at the international level, SUARAM also involved in some human rights organization, which is SUARAM was a member organization of this few international NGO. Previously, most of the time SUARAM sees as criticized for the government. So a lot of time we are not invited, not consulted on any other policy. But recently, I mean, we can see it's back to about 3 or 4 years ago. SUARAM was invited to some consultation meeting with the government, especially on the issue not directly related about the national policy. Most of the time it's about the UN or regional process. So take example like in 2008, Malaysia was undergo the United Nations Human Rights Universal Periodic Review. So SUARAM was invited by the Wisma Putra to have a dialogue with them, and in relate to the human rights body of ASEAN, SUARAM also invited to give our input, have an engagement with the federal government. So recently on the ISA amendment, the GMI, SUARAM as a secretariat, we also invited to have a dialogue with the Home Ministry. So there's at the federal level, and at the state level, SUARAM have closely engaged with especially the Selangor state government, because in early stage SUARAM play as a secretary for the Coalition for Good Governance, CGG. Yeah, so SUARAM was in touch with the state government and then put forward some agenda or policy on pro-human rights and democracy. Create a better society to protect the human rights, democracy, because this is our basic and fundamental right. I think this is what SUARAM would like to uphold and do. Yeah.
It's fundamental. Yeah. Locally or?
Local and also regionally. Okay, locally mean we have a fundraising dinner, we have a lot of publication, earning and public donation. So regionally, we are in alliance or work together with some human organization in terms of conducting some program, training, workshop. So most of the time, they are still willing to support SUARAM in organizing all these awareness program on human rights. We have a pool of friends of SUARAM. In our record, we have about 700 to 800 friends of SUARAM. They are considered volunteer for SUARAM. You know, we have did not go through a very specific selection process. They can just register in our website, or when they come and participate in SUARAM program, they can just fill out the volunteer form. Most of the time, I mean, they will receive the update from SUARAM, our statement, and also all the news from SUARAM. So time to time, when we need some assist, they will come and help us in office or organizing event. And also they also our target who involved in our SUARAM organized event. The basic requirement is to believe in human rights. As far as you believe in human rights, you can involve in SUARAM work, because what we're doing is something is a work for the human rights, and there's a SUARAM slogan: we work for human rights. So we did not say selective. You did not have education, you have certain background or criteria, only then you can join SUARAM. We did not set that all these limitations. So we are open for everyone. We're not giving specific training to train them as a volunteer, but we have a specific task. The greater achievement in SUARAM is we train a lot of young activists. Because you can see all the staff in SUARAM is most of us are fresh graduate. We are first job after leaving the university. So, and we contribute a lot of the new flesh blood into the civil society world. At this moment, we will continue doing what we currently doing. I mean, we continue advocacy for the protection of human rights. It's not only a particular issue on single cases, but we are not more looking into the institutionalize the protection of human rights.